Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, it is that time of the year again, where it's the 2022 edition of A Year in Review. For those of you who don't know what this is basically where I recap the whole year from January to December of what's been going on with me and this channel. Or in the past 2 years, the world in general, because a lot has been going on in the past 2 years. I could have done that again this year, but I decided instead we're going to go focus more on me and this channel again like we did for 2018 and 2019, because that's why I started this series in 2018 in the first place. But just like last year, we're going to split this up into 2 videos. This video will cover January to June, and tomorrow we will cover July to December. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So in January, the only major thing that happened was I went to Old Trafford for the second time ever to watch Man United. The last time I went was back in 2008. A good 14, nearly 15 years ago now. And I went to watch the third round FA Cup match against Aston Villa, which United won 1-0. The match itself wasn't great. The first goal was in the first 10 minutes and not much happened. There were 2 goals they scored, which were both given offside by VAR. Getting up to the ground was fine, but trying to get home was a bit of a nightmare. I won't say why, but it was just a bit of a nightmare trying to get home. But it was much better to experience Old Trafford now that I'm significantly older than I was back then. I can remember more stuff about the day and what happened due to being older, and I can picture everything that was happening perfectly now, which I can't really picture that well from 2008. And I was considering making this a story time video, but then I was like, wait, no, I made storytime videos based on things that happened in the past. This literally just happened. That's not how a storytime video works. So yeah, I decided not to do that. In February, the channel reached 110 subscribers. It started on 105 this year, and by February we were up to 110. This, in part, is because of two videos I made, one in January and one in February, about the ongoing Vic Mignogna situation. How he was very wrongly fired from Funimation and Rooster Teeth, and you know that whole saga. And how he's been seeking justice ever since and still doesn't have it. And I recently read that he's even going to the Texas Supreme Court over this. Vic is not backing down. He wants he is going for the justice that he rightly deserves. Whether he'll get it, probably not, but he's not going to stop trying. Until a judge somewhere realizes he's in the right and Monica and Jamie are the ones in the wrong. So those 2 videos garnered over 400 views between them, both of them with over 200 each, and they gained me quite a number of subscribers, which took us all the way up past 110. So that was quite nice. In March, nothing special happened in March, so we're going to be skipping that and move straight into April. So in April, I went to my dream holiday destination, Rome, Italy. I'd been wanting to go there for quite a number of years, and part of this was due to playing through Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, how the whole game is basically set in Rome. But I wanted to go mostly because of the Colosseum. And I have, of course, been in the Colosseum. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I've been in the Colosseum. First off, the day we got there, we went to have a look at the Trevi Fountains. And there were a lot of people there, so didn't get the best view. I was trying to get a photo of me and the Trevi Fountains, but I couldn't, so I just took one of the Trevi Fountains. Because there was just so many people there, which is annoying because of one of my childhood friends who also went to Rome not that long after me. Oh, she could take a photo of herself and the Trevi Fountains. She didn't have a load of people around blocking her view. So yeah, it was kind of a bit annoying to see that she had the view that I wanted when I was there, but oh well. The second day we had a bus tour round. The second day we had a bus tour round the city in the morning. And then in the afternoon we went to the Colosseum. And the Colosseum was almost as good as I was expecting it to be. The only thing I didn't like about it was, you know how in AC Brotherhood, right in the middle of the Colosseum, there's no like pillars or building or anything. You can walk around it. The place where Ezio assassinates Micheletto, that area. I was hoping that that area in the Colosseum now would still look somewhat like that, where there'd be no pillars or arcs. But no. There was a lot of pillars and arcs there. So that was the only little disappointing thing. But the rest of the Colosseum was great. The third and final day, we had a look round Vatican City. And the Vatican building itself. So yeah, I've seen the Vatican in person. One of the more annoying things about the holiday was there's so many. There are loads of these guys who come up to you and ask you where you're from. It's just odd. And it's quite uncomfortable. They're probably, I don't know, they're trying to get something out of you or whatever. Like, they're trying to make you buy something. I don't know. So yeah, I didn't like that. That was the main thing I didn't like about it. But after we went to Vatican City, before heading back to the hotel, we decided to have a look at the Pantheon, which also gave me quite a bit of AC Brotherhood nostalgia, because when I was in there, I was walking around it, looked up, and saw there was a hole in the sea directly in the middle of the ceiling. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know what building this is. I walked around, had a look over to the main part of the building, and it so much reminded me of the same building Ezio assassinates that guard, Luigi, from AC Brotherhood in, and then disguises as him. Do you remember that? That's the Pantheon, and I was like, oh my god, I've just realised what building this is. I've been in this building so many times in AC Brotherhood, and now I'm in that building in real life. So that was a pretty nice moment. A few other things. I had pizza every single day I was there, which I didn't actually want pizza every day, but that's what ended up happening. Although I did get to try a brand new type of pizza I've never had before or since. It's called potato pizza, and it's actually quite nice. I don't know if you can get it anywhere outside of Italy, but it was quite nice. And the breakfast there at the hotel was all inclusive, so I took full advantage of it every morning. Getting stuff like eggs, sausages, cheese, ham, taking full advantage of it. And I also managed to break my hotel room door while I was there. Not my fault. The door was really, really wonky. The door was really wonky, so it was really hard to open. So, and I clearly pushed too hard and broke the damn thing. Which, I mean, yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Thanks, door. But yeah, that was the summary of my Rome holiday at the end of April. Of course, if this was a couple of years ago and I still had the ability to make edited vlogs, I would have vlogged my trip. But didn't have the ability to do that anymore. The week after we got back from Rome was a bit of a nightmare. Not gonna say why, but it was a bit of a nightmare the week after we got back. But then things went a little bit more back to normal after that. Then we move on to May, and not much happened in May. The only notable thing that did happen was the Quintessential Quintuplets movie released in the cinema in Japan. Which was important to me, even though I wasn't going to be watching it, because I'd started a character analysis series for the Quintuplets back in January, and this was the final episode of that series covering the Quintuplets themselves. Sure, I also did Futuro in June, but the 5 Quintuplets, this was the last month I was doing a video on them for the analysis. Because as you guys know, the Quintuplets has become my new favourite anime over the past nearly 2 years. It's just so damn good. And apart from Dragon Ball Super, the Quintuplets is the show I've made the most amount of videos on. So that concluded the majority of that character analysis series, which I enjoyed making it. And the whole reason I even made it in the first place was as 5 follow-up videos to the ranking Quintuplets video I made in March of last year. So we got all of that done by the end of May. And then we move on to June. And the most notable thing that happened in June was we hit 115 subscribers on the channel. Hitting that 115 number. Nice COD Zombies reference in there. So we'd gained 10 subscribers for the first half of the year. Which I was quite happy with because 2021, most of the subscribers I gained last year were from the first 2 months of the year. And then I lost a couple. If you remember, I lost a few and then gained them back. So between I went from 86 to 100 between January and April. For the next 8 months, I only gained another 5 subscribers. Yeah, here in the first 6 months of the year, I've gained 10. and they've been reasonably spread out. Sure, April and May we didn't gain any subscribers, but then June we gained one. We gained 2 in January. We gained 6 in February. We gained 1 in March. We didn't gain April and May. We gained none, and then again in June we gained 1. And that's pretty much it for the first half of 2022. Probably should have mentioned this at the start, but I already knew for a fact that this was easily going to be the shortest year in review I've ever done. Even with 2 videos, it's still going to be probably round up to being the shortest one of the lot, because the one from 2018 was 55 minutes, the one from 2019 was 1 hour and 14 minutes, the one from 2020 was 1 hour and 18 minutes, and if you add up the 2 from last year together, the first one was 53 minutes and the second one was half an hour. You add that up, that equals 1 hour and 20 minutes. Near enough 1 hour and 20 minutes. Just over 1 hour and 20 minutes. This one, of course, is definitely the short. This video is this and tomorrow's video, even put together, will probably be shorter than the 2018 year in review. Again, if we were talking about what's been going on in the world over the past year, we'd still be going. We probably wouldn't even be in March yet. Maybe we would be in March, but not April. That's the difference when we're talking about me and this channel instead of the world. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and join me at the exact same time tomorrow for 2022 A Year in Review Part 2. But until then, catch you later.